Welcome back in a sequence of videos where we are talking about some kind of simplification or distribution of expressions. In this video, let's start with evaluating the expression with the given value. And as you can see, we give you expressions not only with x and y to make sure that you understand that x and y are not the only letters can be used in mathematics or any other applications. So in this case, we give you the expression minus c plus 9y. And we give you that c value is 6 and y is negative 3. What does it mean that we want you to evaluate the expression when c equals 6 and y is minus 3? That means wherever I see c, I will input value 6. But since c has negative sign in front of it, I have to keep it. And in general, you keep everything you see. Exponents, signs, any function surrounding the value, everything should be kept. So basically what you're doing is you're copying this value and you paste it everywhere you see the corresponding variable or constant. So in this case, c is 6 and I'm putting 6. 6 becomes negative 6 because we had minus c. Plus 9, and instead of y, I'm going to copy and paste minus 3. Put parentheses about minus 3 because it is negative, so you don't misunderstand this notation with 9 minus 3 versus 9 multiplied by negative 3. In general, putting parentheses is a good practice. I noticed that if students put parentheses everywhere, they make less mistakes. So put them everywhere, just in case. Cannot be too many parentheses after all. Now, after this, you can simplify and find the answer. Minus 6 minus 9 times 3 is 27. And the answer is minus 33. Put it in the box. Now you know where the answer is. Next one. In this case, we're working with y squared plus 5y plus 1. And the value is, for y, is negative 2. For you to know, in scientific world, sometimes you might see the notation like a bar like this, and then the writing y equals negative 2. This notation sometimes means at. So y squared plus 5y plus 1 at negative 2 is negative 2, put parentheses, squared. Why the squared showed up? Because of this squared over here. Input was squared, so I keep reading. My input is negative 2. And that's how I should keep saying that. So I will keep saying it out loud. Input is negative 2, and my function rule is input squared plus 5 times input plus 1. Then it becomes negative 2 squared plus 5 times input. Input is negative 2 plus 1. Each function is basically a rule, and it does whatever this rule says to do with the input you're given. So in this case, we're squaring the input, then multiplying by 5, and then adding the results and plus 1. Put parentheses everywhere, like I said before. This will prevent you to make mistakes. Because for you to know, note, negative 2 squared is not the same as negative 2 squared. The answer for the left-hand side piece is 4, but for the right-hand side is minus 4. Without parentheses, negative 1 is not being squared, then it stays negative. But with parentheses, negative 1 squared is 1 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. So just for you to know, this matters. Now let's simplify. Negative 2 squared, like we just discussed, is 4. 5 times negative 2 is minus 10 plus 1. The answer is 5 minus 10, which is minus 5. Put it in the box. Very nice. Now we're working with the parentheses. And we want to teach you how to carefully distribute some factors when you have parentheses. And in this case, we're working with different variables called x and w. We'll see how it works. So, to properly distribute it, distributing basically means multiplying. So I'm taking this minus 4 over here, negative 4, and I'm multiplying it step by step by each term I see inside of the parentheses. That's all I do here. You can say it out loud, then maybe it will help you. It will be minus 4 times negative 6x, that's the first term, plus minus 4, see how I put parentheses everywhere? Told you, the more you put, the safer you get. So you will not make any mistakes, hopefully. Minus 4 times w plus minus 4 times minus 4. So one term, two term, and third term. Now you're simplifying it. Minus 4 times minus 6 is positive 24, 24x. Minus 4 times w is minus 4w. Minus 4 times minus 4 is positive 16. And that is the answer. Put it in the box. Not too bad. One more example, they ask us to simplify. To simplify here, I will distribute first. That means I will take this negative 4 and multiply it by each term inside of the parentheses by w and 4. And then find terms I can add up together. Minus 4 times w becomes minus 4w. Minus 4 times 4 is minus 16. So you see, I skipped the explanation I did in the previous example. I just multiplied in my mind minus 4 times w and minus 4 times 4. Plus 2w stays. So the first two terms are coming from distributing minus 4 and the last one standing outside. Now sometimes I like taking a pencil and underline terms I can merge together. And by merging I mean usually adding it together. Minus 4w plus 2w becomes minus 2w. Minus 16 stays minus 16, and that's the answer. We simplified. One more example. So in this example, I'm first going to distribute minus 2 into the terms inside of the parentheses, but keep rewriting terms outside of those parentheses. So 5w stays like it is. Then I'm start distributing minus 2. So let's be careful. I will have minus 2 times minus 6x. You can see how I did not put parentheses outside of minus 2. I kept it as negative 2, but then I did put parentheses outside of negative 6x. And you will see it's still good to do it this way. Then minus 2 times 4w, and this part over here is part of the distribution of these parentheses here, minus 3x. Now, let's simplify first before finding common terms to merge together. 5w minus 2 times minus 6x is plus 12x. Minus 2 times 4w is minus 8w and minus 3x. Let's underline 5w and minus 8w can go together. And by going together, I mean adding them up. 5 minus 8 is minus 3. So it's minus 3w. I will change the color for you. 12x and minus 3x will give me plus 9x. And that is the answer. And this is how you do it. Carefully, step by step. Instead of colors, you can use a pencil if you don't have colors. Coloring, though, is very helpful to understanding each step. And in general, I would say that our brain likes coloring. So if you like it, that's called color coding. And that's what I do when I teach. I think many students pointed out that they like lots of colors, and indeed, it just makes the teaching and learning experience more fun and enjoyable. Hopefully you enjoyed it too. Just practice more and you'll be professional in these topics, just like all of us. Good job and see you next time.